Reproductive System for 4th semester medical faculty. Reproductive System. The reproductive system consists of organs that function to produce gametes, reproductive cells, facilitate fertilization, and support the development and birth of a new individual. The reproductive systems of men and women have structural and functional differences, although their goal is the same: reproduction. A. Male reproductive system. The male reproductive system functions to produce spermatozoa, sperm cells, deliver them into the female reproductive tract, and produce the hormone testosterone, which influences the development of male secondary sexual characteristics. Testes, male gonads, function. The testes produce spermatozoa and the male sex hormone, testosterone. Structure. The testes consist of many seminiferous tubules responsible for sperm production. The testes are also surrounded by interstitial tissue that produces testosterone. Spermatogenesis process. The production of sperm begins in the seminiferous tubules, involving the division of spermatogonia to form spermatocytes, which then develop into spermatids and finally mature into spermatozoa. Epididymis. Function. Storage and maturation of spermatozoa. Process. After being produced in the testes, sperm move into the epididymis, where they mature and gain the ability to move. Vas deferens. Function. A duct that transports sperm from the epididymis to the urethra. Process. The vas deferens carries sperm to the seminal vesicles and prostate gland to mix with seminal fluid. Seminal vesicles. Function. Produce seminal fluid rich in fructose to provide energy for sperm. Process. The fluid from the seminal vesicles mixes with sperm, forming semen, which can be ejaculated. Prostate gland. Function. The prostate gland produces fluid that adds volume to semen and provides a more alkaline environment to protect sperm from the acidic vaginal environment. Process. The prostate also helps regulate ejaculation through its muscles that control fluid flow. Bulbourethral glands, Cowper's glands, function. Produce fluid that cleanses the urethra of any residual urine before ejaculation. Process. This fluid also lubricates the urethra, providing comfort for sperm during their journey toward the vagina. Urethra. Function. A passage that expels urine and semen from the body. Process. The urethra carries semen during ejaculation and urine during urination. Penis. Function. An external organ used to insert semen into the vagina. Structure. The penis consists of erectile tissue that expands during sexual arousal, allowing penetration. B. Female reproductive system. The female reproductive system functions to produce eggs, ova, provide a place for fetal development, and expel metabolic products from the body through menstruation. Ovaries, female gonads. Function. The ovaries produce eggs, ova, and the female sex hormones, estrogen and progesterone. Oogenesis process. The formation of eggs begins during embryonic development, where oogonia develop into primary oocytes, which then mature into ova through several stages of meiotic division. Menstrual cycle phases. The ovaries also regulate the menstrual cycle by releasing hormones that trigger follicular maturation and egg release. Fallopian tubes. Function. Connects the ovaries to the uterus, where fertilization typically occurs. Process. The fallopian tubes have cilia that help move the egg released from the ovary into the uterus. If fertilization occurs, the egg is fertilized in this tube. Uterus. Function. The site where the fetus develops during pregnancy. Structure. The uterus has three main layers. Endometrium. The inner layer that thickens during the menstrual cycle to prepare for embryo implantation. Myometrium. The muscular layer that allows contractions during childbirth. Perimetrium. The outer protective layer of the uterus. Process. After fertilization, the zygote formed by the union of sperm and egg attaches to the endometrium and develops into an embryo. Cervix. Function. The lower part of the uterus that connects the uterus to the vagina. Process. The cervix produces cervical mucus that helps sperm travel during ovulation and maintains the vaginal environment. Vagina. Function. The passageway that receives the penis during sexual intercourse and also serves as the birth canal. Process. The vagina serves as a passage for menstrual blood and as a channel for childbirth. Bartholin's glands. Function. Produce lubricating fluid for the vagina. Process. These glands, located on both sides of the vagina, secrete fluid that aids in sexual intercourse. C. Menstrual cycle. The menstrual cycle is a series of physiological changes that prepare the female body for potential pregnancy. The cycle lasts about 28 days, though its duration may vary among individuals. Menstrual phase begins with menstruation caused by the shedding of the endometrium due to a lack of fertilization. Follicular phase. During this phase, the hormone FSH, follicle-stimulating hormone, stimulates the growth of several follicles in the ovaries, which then produce estrogen. Estrogen stimulates the thickening of the endometrium to prepare for embryo implantation. Ovulation. Ovulation is the release of an egg from the ovary. Triggered by a surge in LH, luteinizing hormone. The released egg enters the fallopian tube for possible fertilization. Luteal phase. After ovulation, the ruptured follicle transforms into the corpus luteum, which produces progesterone. Progesterone stabilizes the endometrium in preparation for embryo implantation. If no fertilization occurs, the corpus luteum regresses, causing a decrease in progesterone, and the menstrual cycle begins again. D. Fertilization and pregnancy. Fertilization. Fertilization occurs when sperm meets and fertilizes an egg in the fallopian tube, resulting in a zygote. Implantation. The fertilized zygote then moves to the uterus and implants itself into the endometrium to further develop into an embryo and eventually a fetus. Pregnancy. Pregnancy lasts about 9 months, during which the fetus develops in the uterus. Hormones like human chorionic gonadotropin, HCG, help sustain early pregnancy and halt the menstrual cycle. E. Disorders of the reproductive system. Several disorders can affect the reproductive system, including polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, a hormonal disorder that can cause irregular periods and fertility issues. Endometriosis, a condition where endometrial tissue grows outside the uterus, causing pain and fertility problems. Erectile dysfunction, the inability to achieve or maintain an erection sufficient for sexual intercourse. Reproductive cancer, cancers that can occur in the reproductive organs of either gender, including ovarian, prostate, and cervical cancer. Conclusion. The reproductive system is vital for the continuation of the human species, playing a key role in the production of gametes, facilitating fertilization, and supporting fetal development. In males, the system focuses on sperm production and delivery, while in females, it is responsible for egg production, the menstrual cycle, and supporting pregnancy.